Hello, my name is Meg. Instagram insights can be overwhelming sometimes, so today I want to explain them while showing you my insights. First of all, to get access to insights, you do need a creator account or a business account. So if you still have a personal account, you need to switch it. Go to settings, then account, and then scroll to the bottom and hit switch account type. You will also need to wait a couple of days for Instagram to gather the data for you. Now, if you're already set, great, let's dive into my account. This is my Instagram account. I'm on my profile page. There are a couple of ways to access insights. On the top, we have View Professional Dashboard in blue writing. Tap that, and you get this screen. Towards the bottom, it says See All Insights, so tap that, and there you go. Next, go back to your profile. On the right top hand corner, you will see three lines like a hamburger icon. Tap that, and then your fourth option is Insights. Next, go back to your profile. In the middle of your screen towards the left, you will see a button called Insights. So tap that, and there you go. You can also tap the post you want to view, Insights on, and underneath the content towards the left, you will see View Insights in blue writing. Tap that, and there you go. Personally, I use the third option the most, so let's go. Tap, and you get an overview of your insights, and on the top right, you do get some explanation, but it's not the best. On the left, it would most probably say last 7 days, but if you tap it, you kind of get like a calendar. You can select last 14 days or last 30 days, previous month, or last 90 days. And if you tap a period other than these and hit update, it will say custom. I personally like to look at my insights monthly, so that is going to be the screen you will be looking at. On the top, it tells me that I have reached plus 93.1% more accounts compared to my previous month. Then you see the number of accounts reached, how many content interactions I got, and then my total number of followers. Now, next to each category, you would see green numbers with a plus and or grey numbers with a minus. Don't get stressed if it's not all green, it can be grey. If everything is grey for like 6 months straight, maybe you want to change things a bit, but you will see it turning green and grey. For example, just by changing the period, it changes for me too, see? So please, just don't stress about it too much. Back to the overview, you can see the content you shared, posts, stories, and reels. I haven't uploaded any IGTVs, I haven't gone live, and I don't promote my posts, so that's why you don't see anything on the bottom, but if you have, you will see it here. So let's look at each one. Where there's an arrow, you can actually tap it. I reached 37,391 accounts in the last 30 days, which again is plus 93.1% more than the previous month, and it's a good number. Then you can see how many of those people were my followers and how many people weren't following me. In my case, the non-follower number is always higher than my follower number, which is a good thing. You want to be reaching new people all the time. But you do want your existing followers to see your content too. Now, I have 1,200 followers, but not all of them see my posts, and that's just how it is. Personally, I want this number to be at least 50%. So I have 1,200 followers at the moment, and I reached 889 followers, which is over 50%, so I'm happy. It also says you reached plus 96.4% more accounts that weren't following you compared to July 31st to August 29th, which again is really good. Then you have content type. This actually used to be quite different. Reels would always be the top performing content type. Like I would have 16.3k reach on Reels and my posts would have like 3,000. However, I'm experimenting and recently my posts are doing quite well and it's on the top with 23.8k. Stories I am terrible at. I'm going to work on it soon, just not now. Scroll down and you have your top posts based on reach. Tap the arrow and you get more info. On the left, you can select any photos, videos, carousel posts. I always choose any. In the middle, we have all of these. Business address taps, call button taps, comments, email button taps, follows, impressions, likes, post interactions, profile visits, reach, saves, text button taps, video view, and website taps. Depending on your goal on Instagram, your priority would probably be different, but I focus on post interactions and reach. On the right, you can select the period. Last 7 days all the way up to last 2 years. I always tap on last 3 months because it's just the right amount of non-real posts. If I tap last 30 days, I only have like 9 posts because I post a lot of reels and it's just not enough data for me. So let's go back to last 3 months and get into the juicy part. My top performing post reach-wise is a single picture where I shared the makeup I've hit pan on. Let's tap it. Oh, by the way, I always like my posts. I am my #1 supporter and Instagram lets you like it, so why not? Anyway, tap view insights and I got 644 likes, one of them being me, 81 comments. I can't see the number of shares on any of my posts because I live in Japan, and I have 27 saves. Then we have interactions. Tap the eye, you get a brief explanation. Basically, 155 people took action. They visited my profile or tapped my website link after seeing this post. Let's swipe up, and voila. Discovery. Again, a brief explanation, and then the juicy part. Now, before I talk about my numbers, I just want you to know something. As I've started trying to give advice on how to grow on Instagram, quite a few people reach out to me. I can't tell them exactly what to do because I don't have full access to their insights, but I always ask them, do you have access to insights? And they're like, I do, but I don't want to give it to you. And I'm like, no. You don't have to give it to me. I just want to know if you can actually see your insights. And then 90% of them say, well, I don't mind showing it to you if it will help, but I'm just embarrassed with my numbers. And please, you don't have to be. I've been there, so I know the feeling, but nothing about your numbers are embarrassing. If you compare it to somebody else's numbers, yes, it may be less, but it's never embarrassing. Just please remember that. Okay, back to the juicy part. So, this post reached 9,283 accounts and 95% weren't following me. Then we get the breakdown of impressions. So, impressions, I got 9,734. Impressions are the number of times my post was seen by someone, and reach is the number of unique accounts that have seen my post. So if you saw my post once, saved it and went back to it again, the impression would be 2, but the reach would be 1. Anyway, from Explore I got 4,866, from hashtags I got 4,138. Now I think I just debunked 2 Instagram myths. 1, hashtags don't work, and 2, small accounts can't get on the Explore page. You see the screen, right? I was on the Explore page and people are finding me through hashtags. Okay, you might say I was lucky this time. Let's check my other posts. View insights. Explore hashtag. Let's do another one. View insights. Explore hashtag. Let's do another one. View insights. Explore hashtags. Okay, this one I don't think I used hashtags, but yeah, explore. Let's do a random one. This, explore. Not a lot, but hashtags are there as well. So yeah, it's working for me. You just have to make it work for you. I will do a separate video, so don't worry. Then back to the post. From home I got 527, from other I got 26, and I got 12 follows. Now this was reach, and the results here are slightly different to post interactions. Reach wise, my selfies don't do well, but post interactions wise, they do pretty well. Again, everyone's priority is different, so make sure to check your desired metric. Now let's go back. Now stories, like I said, I'm terrible. Again, you can select your desired metric. Back, call button taps, email button taps, exited, follows, next story, business address taps, impressions, link clicks, forward, profile visits, reach, text button taps, and website taps. Period-wise, yesterday to last 2 years. You can see how bad I am with stories. I really don't know what to share on stories, so I reshare my posts and promote my YouTube videos, which if that's all I'm doing, people won't be interested and the results tell me. Again, I have 1,200 followers, but I can only get like 200 people to click on my stories. Not terrible, but definitely needs work. Reels, not too bad, but I don't have a viral one yet on this account. Again, you can select a metric, comments, likes, saves, reach, plays, and Reels interactions. Period-wise, last 7 days to last 2 years. Not bad, but I've seen more reach before, so I'm working on it. Then we have overall impressions. I got 63,097 impressions, which is plus 36.7%, and it tells me that I'm reaching new people. Then profile activity. Profile visits I got 2,805, and website taps I got 185, email button taps I got 4. To get people to follow you, you do need them to visit and land on your profile. So if you want more followers, check this number and focus on it. But again, don't worry if it's grey. Website taps are a good indicator, especially if you are a business. In my case, I have my newest YouTube video linked and people are clicking on it. Thank you. Email button taps. If you have your email address linked, you will see how many times people clicked it and tried to send you an email. Now back to the overview and tap Content Interactions. Brief explanation on the right. And you can select your desired period. I live in Japan, so there are some things I can't see, but you can see that I got 8,588 content interactions overall, and it gives you a breakdown of where you got it from. Post interactions. I got 4,384 in total, 3,510 likes, 713 comments, and 161 saves. Story interactions are always a dash and always 0% for me, unfortunately, because I live in Japan. Reels actions wise, I got 4,204 altogether, 3,125 likes, 988 comments, and 91 saves. IGTV video interactions and live video interactions, I have 0 because I haven't shared any. And then we have top posts based on likes. Tap the arrow and you get this familiar screen, but this focus on likes, and I don't see likes as the most valuable metric, so I rarely look here. Then top stories based on replies, and no matter how many replies I get on stories, it's always a 0 for me because again I live in Japan, but I don't really care. Tap and you come to the same screen as earlier. Top reels based on likes, again I don't really look here, but if you tap, it's in the order of the most likes. Now back to the overview, you have your audience and it shows you the total number of followers. Tap the arrow. Explanation on the top right. And you can select your desired period. The number of followers are shown on the top, and then you can see how many people followed you, how many people unfollowed you, and see how many followers you gained in total. People will unfollow you all the time, so don't get too stressed. But if your unfollows are way more than new followers, maybe you want to adjust in some way. You can tap the graph for more in-depth data, and you can see the growth change for every single day. It's helpful to track which post on which day got you the most followers, but I rarely tap this. Top locations. There's cities and there's countries. And although Japan is there, because I post in English, it makes sense that I have United States, United Kingdom, and so on. And because the majority of my followers are in United States, I will talk about this later on as well, but I try to be on Instagram when they're on Instagram so I can interact with them. Age range. You should always target an age range, and my main target are people in their 20s and 30s, so I am spot on. I appreciate the younger and the more mature, but because I do recommend products that cater towards this age range, I need data that will back it up so I can show it to brands when I need to. Gender. 90.6% of my followers are women and 9.4% are men. If you are trying to promote or sell something, again, make sure you have the right audience. Most active times. I know a lot of people say you should post when your followers are the most active, but in my case, hours and days wise, there's not a big difference. So I post when I can respond to comments, and that is 10 p.m. Japan Standard Time. I've had dinner, I've taken a bath, and I'm just chilling, and I do get engagement at that time, so I think I'm on the right track. Instagram Insights aren't perfect, but it's free, it's there, and there's so much information. A lot of people say that the algorithm doesn't like them, and I've been there and I know the feeling, but most of the time the answer is in your insights. And Instagram is actually trying to help you by giving you all of this data, because if your numbers are good, most people stay using the app, and more time spent on the app means more money for Instagram. They do want you to succeed, you just have to read and respond to the information you're getting. I'm gathering data for my YouTube channel, so I check my insights every day, which you do not have to do, but try to check it at least once a month if you want to grow. If you can, once a week, because the more you look at it, the more familiar you will become with it, and it will get fun. Insights really help in so many ways. For example, I batch content and I always have a month's worth of content ready to be published, but when I see my insights and I see one performing well, I double down and I will make more content like that. If I see the same type of content not performing every single time, I will trash those ideas, rearrange my posts, or just reshoot. Sometimes I trash 20 pieces of content, sometimes I will just post it even though I know it's not going to perform because I want data. I'm not afraid of experimenting because I want to try things. I'm not obsessed with follower count anymore, so even if I lose followers, I don't really care. And the more I'm flexible, the more I'm chilled out, things just work. As a content creator, I think you're proud of your work, and you definitely should be. However, what you see valuable may not be valuable to your audience. Maybe you thought it was, but it probably just isn't, and that's why you're not getting results. When I post at that time, I always love it, I have pride in it. But a few days later, when I look back, sometimes I don't like it as much, but it's done well, it's performed well. And sometimes when I still love my content later on, it hasn't done well. I always think why, but I don't stress myself over it. Just know that if you want to grow, you need to make content for your audience. Of course, you have to enjoy it too, but if your audience doesn't see some sort of value in it, you will not grow. I hear you. I only have 1,200 followers. I'm not big, but I do have over 1,000 followers, which I'm sure you know a lot of people struggle to get and maintain. My engagement rate is really good. I get results in the way I want, so I do see myself having success on the platform, and you can too. Just study your insights and you will grow. I think I've covered everything, and I hope this video helped in one way or another, and if you have any questions, talk to me down in the comments. And if you want more Instagram tips and tricks, then why not check out these videos here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.